Animal assaults at the suburb. And what is with the animal stuff today? So it's a very animal-heavy day today. A man on the verge of hysteria called in, "No, my house was attacked by crows. So many that they darkened the sky. The sound of their cawing deafened my ears. I've surrounded the house. Oh, they've surrounded the house, climbed through the cracks, and they're threatening my whole family." What are you on? Dude's gonna be on something. Okay, well, we're gonna send Fitzsimmons and Brock to deal with that. Calm this lunatic down. Suspicious individuals at the vegetable shop. Sales clerk Ronaldo Cotto witnessed from behind a black visitor dropping a gun, which he then quickly grabbed up and hid again. Then, like nothing had happened, the suspicious man continued to peruse the vermicelli. Mr. Cotto is afraid that the guy is up to something. It's not going to be a gun, it'll be like he dropped a cell phone or something, but alright. We'll send Strong and Taylor to deal with that. If he has a gun, he needs stopping. True enough, yes. Now, the armed robbery going on at the Buddhist temple needs backup. Should probably send it. So they don't have a SWAT team. And we've got human trafficking, which I can't send anyone to now because everybody's gone. Pulling into the city, a car cut in front of a van which rolled over and went off the road. About a dozen foreigners climbed out of the back. Could be they were brought here illegally to work construction in Freiburg. Witnesses saw some armed men at the site of the accident. Yeah, can't deal with that. A single raven sitting on the roof of the house, croaking loudly. It turns out the man who called the station is suffering from a mental disorder. Okay. Okay, this was a serious situation after all. I'm sorry, Strong, Taylor, I have nobody to send to you. You're gonna have to deal with that. I wasn't about to say not die, I promise. We need Dennis the Menace. He can slingshot the dude's pills down his throat. Oh dear. You guys deal with that? You got those robbers, good. And you got the weapons, sell it. I can't send anybody to the human trafficking thing. There's a robbery at the city centre though. A girl just called in reporting that she'd been robbed near an ATM. She was crying as she spoke. He came up from behind and put a knife to my throat. I gave him my bag and he ran away. He took off with half my paycheck. It's the human trafficking. They all got away and a civilian got killed. Oh, this is not going well. 3 frames in the missing person case. Well, let me deal with this first. Come on. Yes. Okay, good. We've got 2 people back. Fitzsimmons and Brock. Go deal with that. Let's have a look at the investigation. This one's a very confusing one too. Can't blame me this one on me. I didn't ask who got killed today. No, we're still blaming T-Weasel for this. She asked earlier on if anybody died. And then people started dropping like flies. It's not my job. It's not my fault. I'm not a bad police chief. Sheesh. Okay, so delay of payment or move out. What was in the trash can? A receipt from Eddie's Burgers, a brochure entitled Multiplayer Capital, a number of documents, an empty envelope stamped eviction notice, and an advertisement from the sex industry. Well, that says move out. That says delay of payment. Late with the mortgage payment, got a big bonus, everything was settled. But clearly he took money from a loan shark, because then his brother said they had money problems and he has to borrow some money, barely making ends meet. Then he cried and said he has to deal with some bad people. A couple of weeks ago he had an argument with his superiors, not himself, tried to borrow money, cursed up a storm. Phone conversation, or part of it saying meeting with the twins will be his last, that'll be a nice night. But it was talking about prostitutes again. You sent bits. You preempted the death with those bits. 100 for each. It just took a while for the second one to land. Don't you know that as the guy in charge, you are always responsible for the conduct of your staff? No, I didn't know this. That doesn't sound right. I wasn't employed to be responsible for other people's lives. You paid penance. You did. That's true. You did. We'll stop blaming you then. Fate cares not for your menial human currency. Precisely. Okay, so we've got twins here, look. I'm thinking that's going to be the last one. Well, that's an eviction notice. Move out. So that'll be him looking at that. And then he leaves work, I guess? Meets at a motel. Gets killed. Buried. Missing person. I don't know yet. We don't have a lot to go on. We don't know anything about his movements. All we know is his wife came back early from a business trip, surprised to surprise him, and finds he's not there, and people at work haven't seen him for 5 days, and the last thing we know is that he was supposed to go meet with the twins. But it didn't say anything about a motel. Nobody does. Although, a receipt from Eddie's Burgers, Multiplier Capital in 5 EV steps, a number of documents, an envelope stamped eviction notice, and an advertisement from the sex industry. That doesn't tell us much. I mean, unless he ran away to become a male stripper. I highly doubt it, though. If they get themselves killed, it's on you, man. Whatever, I got $300,000. I sleep well tonight. On the top of a pile of money. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Nice. See, they lived. They were just better at their job than him. That's all this is. Declare him dead. I don't actually remember the funerals for the last ones that died. That was a few days ago now. High-quality counterfeit money floods Freeburg. Oh god, I hope some of mine isn't counterfeit. That would suck. Analyst insurance company popularity is growing. Yeah, they've been very popular. Everybody loves them. Talking parrot terrifies morgue employee. Oh no. Why didn't we get a call out for that? The dead are rising, the freezers are making noises. Today's a great day. It's the day of my daughter's wedding. No way I can miss the ceremony. Can I take some time off? You should have booked that time off before. No. I mean, unless you just decided to get married yesterday, how come you didn't already arrange this? While I was taking out the trash last night, I accidentally got into some poison ivy. This morning I noticed my feet were blistered. Doesn't look like anything serious, but I'd like to see the doctor just in case. Well, that's a medical reason, so yes, you can. Wow, harsh. I mean, I kind of wish this game had a 2 weeks from now, can I take the day off because it's my daughter's wedding? Then yeah, if it was like an advanced system. But sometimes these aren't real, you know, the things they tell you are just like made up stories to get a day off. And to me, like one day, well, on the day of the wedding to be told, oh, today's my daughter's wedding, can I go? I'd be like, really? Band is playing in a charity concert for sick kids. Can I have the day off? No. Kid's been causing trouble. They've called me into school. You've tried that one on me before. No. There doesn't really seem to be a downside either to that. You know, to not allowing people. There doesn't seem to be anything that affects their performance. So maybe Las Vegas is right nearby and they're having one of those weddings. Don't judge. Oh, right, okay, they're going to the drive-through Love Chapel. Okay. We haven't listened to this song today either. I don't know, maybe they just decided to get married in the forest. I mean, who does that though, right? Anyway, let's have a look. Yeah, Shift B. I mean, we lost a guy who was 170 professionalism. We can hire a guy who's 250. So really, that worked out in our favour. I I meant it all along, obviously. I wonder when this is going to land as well, the new bar thing. Maybe some of these people were trying to get the day off just so they could go to the bar and get free beer. Oh, great, we start the day with a bomb threat at the mall. A woman draped with explosives walked to the shopping centre, set fire to the children's store, then sat down to pray. Eyewitnesses report she is waiting for a divine sign to blow herself up. The divine sign will come in the form of SWAT and several of my officers. Wow. We take everything. There we go. Fraud at the Bordello. Hello, this is Bill Buckler. I called a phone sex line. Bill, I don't want to know that. Just get to the point. And asked to contact with that blonde with the big breasts. Okay, Bill. But the girl that answered was my second cousin, Cheryl. We figured out who each other was after we got talking, and then she started crying and hung up. She's got a face like a saw blade. And she must be 50 years old. I want these two-faced phone sex swindlers arrested. Bill, I got some news for you. They're all like that. Why do you think it's over the phone? No, that's a frivolous thing. I'm not going to do that, no. Anyway, where do we think Christopher Sand is? Is he at the ice arena devoting time to a new project, or is he visiting his elderly mother? Well, I'm going to wait till SWAT gets back, actually. I'm not sending anybody to this one. This is a dumb call-out. My officers have got more important things to do than arrest people for the obvious. And not illegal, by the way. Alcohol at Eugene Ward won $45,000 in a lottery. He returned home with his winnings and boasted about it to his drinking buddies in the yard. They all toasted Mr. Ward and congratulated him on his good fortune. Then, once he was good and hammered, they beat him up and stole his money. Great friends. I mean, the guy's a dumbass, but we still have to arrest them for assault and robbery. You think he's with the mum? I was thinking that too, actually. I mean, it's more than likely he's at the ice arena, but he's very much a family man as well, right? So if his mum's still kicking around, like I say, he's like 70 years old or something, 75, nearly 80. I can't remember now. They told me his age earlier on, but he's knocking on. So the mum's like going to be up to 100. But that's the thing, right? These mafia guys, their mothers live forever. There's always some old mother somewhere, you know, making cannolis in the back room or something. The suspect is kneeling on the ground, ignoring everything around her, and it seems that she is praying. Suggest a prayer. I suggest you pray, kiss your ass goodbye. Hands up, don't make any sudden movements. Explosives. I mean, now we can start bringing these to the police station because Christopher Sand's going to be out of business soon. The fraud thing, nothing criminal took place here. No shit, Sherlock. Alright, Sand. When this SWAT team gets back... Maybe. I don't know. As long as we don't need to send it on all of these. The Touch of Dionysus liquor store. The three teenagers were goofing around and accidentally knocked over a rack of expensive cognac. The shop owner tried to detain them, but the young people beat him up pretty bad rather, and grabbed a few surviving bottles and bolted for the door. Dixon and Castile. You go deal with that. What is this one? An assault in the ghetto. Some local guys caught two teenagers writing racist graffiti on the wall of a house. They started beating him up, and then a crowd has gathered, cheering them on. I think they might kill the boys, said one eyewitness. But what's the other stuff? That's that one. And this is attempted murder. I've only got 2 cops, but some people are due back any second now. A nervous man reported that a waitress was trying to poison him with some kind of mysterious liquid. Really? That's going to be a crank call. It's going to be a mistake. We're going to send Roy and Bucarica, or whatever his name is, and the paddy wagon to go deal with the assault in the ghetto. Oh my god, what is going on here? The phone lines are off the hook. What is this one? Bank of Freiburg. The police have received several complaints about a certain bank branch. Its customers claim they've gotten several counterfeit bills. This was in the news. The branch manager denies involvement. Robbins, you go deal with that. You can figure that out. Okay, we caught the people in the robbery at the liquor store. Bring it to the station. This attempted murder's not really going to be a real thing, is it? But I don't have people to send to it now. We're going to end up with a dead civilian here, aren't we? Okay, this is the assault. There's a homeless couple staggering around the gate where the offenders were last spotted. Beat them with nightsticks till they talk? No, question them. The police have sighted teenagers who fit the description of the suspects. The teens spot the police and throw bottles of cognac in their direction. Try to catch the bottle and throw it back. Now pursue them. None of that action movie shit here. The nervous customer didn't like the colour of the coffee. Why, what was it, like green or something? Assault with an offensive weapon at the high school during the amateur championships of the popular Vaults and Lizards card game. Oh, that's cool. I remember playing that. One player, fearing he was about to lose, pulled a knife and stabbed the opponent's hand, then grabbed the judge and demanded that he be declared the winner. That's a bit extreme. I can't say I ever played by those rules. The fraud offender was caught, so I'm guessing the bank manager was involved. Oh my god! I just want to send people to go and arrest Christopher Stan. What is going on? It's a crime wave! Reckless endangerment at the construction site. One of the workers from the construction site says there's another one of the guys who came to work drunk, climbed up the crane. The man could hardly stand. If he could hardly stand, how did he climb up one of those huge construction cranes? And didn't seem like he understood what was happening. Well, yeah, this is a busy day. Hang on, I'll get to you. I've still got a mob boss to arrest at some point. Christ knows when I'm going to get a chance to do that. Oh my god. Sand, this is him. He knows we're coming for him, and he's just, like, creating this chaos. Okay, Robbins, Murata, go get the drunk guy. I've never got more than one. Oh god. More reckless endangerment. What is going on today? This is weird. A pet store saleswoman reported a delusional customer who stood staring at a snake section, then suddenly began smashing the terrariums and throwing the snakes onto the floor. "Reptiles should be free!" he yelled, scaring away the other customers. The saleswoman remained calm. "It's a good thing we don't carry any poisonous species." Dixon and Castile, you go deal with that. God, can I arrest this mob boss at some point? I need at least 2 police officers and the SWAT team available to me. This ain't happening. Okay, good. We got people at the ghetto. I've forgotten what most of these are now. We've had like 6 call-outs. Drunk crane operator almost crushed one of his co-workers. Climb up the crane and throw him out of the cab. No, let's not do that. Neither of these is going to work though, is it? But we should probably demand he stop over a loudspeaker. That worked. An assault with offensive weapons. We caught the guy there. Jesus. Okay. It's a crazy day. We need some music for this crazy day. We need some store-bought amnesty. More reckless endangerment with the snakes we dealt with. Okay. Robbins! Finally, Murata, SWAT team. Go arrest that guy that I was going to arrest at the start of the day, but couldn't. Because it's just crazy. It'd be crazy up in here. Massive fight. A woman called to report a fight. There's a bunch of Chinese fighting in the park. Hurry, there's kids around. It's gonna be like they're practicing like Tai Chi or something. It could also be the Triad having a bit of a fight, so we should send people. And the Paddy Wagon and Iwase as well. Usually when it's very vague like that, it's always a misunderstanding.
11 in progress.
A rape at the sawmill. Driving along the road, a trucker noticed a disheveled man wearing a bloodstained shirt pulling a hysterical woman into the forest by the hair. The trucker wanted to stop right there, but then decided it would be smarter to quickly get to the phone and call the cops. You guys don't want to go just as a twosome, do you? Okay, fine. You have yums? What yums did you get? It was only the Dragon's Lair Martial Arts Club meeting outside and joined the fresh air. Told you guys. Yes! I'm sorry, well, that was really loud. I forgot to change the volume again on the soundboard when the computer crashed. Sorry for anybody wearing headphones. Let me just change that. Okay, back down to 23% you go, because Windows can't remember the audio settings for this soundboard for some reason. You got barbecue chicken and pork ribs with mashed taters, and you got corncrete, I'm guessing, and the brownie. Nice! Did you just like smoosh it all together with the brownie and just... Because if you did, ew. But, you know. Whatever turns you on, I guess. We have arrested Christopher Sand, you guys. Oh, bee's knees, you came through for us. Dude's been a legend. He's gonna get murdered now, by the way. Look at that! We got him. Well, hey there, Mr. Mob Boss. Please, Wolf, you're a civilized savage. Well, that's what I like to hear. Eliminate the gang. Get wrecked, Sand! I harpooned the whale. Ahab got what he wanted. We destroyed the Sand Mafia. Give me that money. Okay, Mr. Mayor, you have to love me now forever, because go F yourself. Also, I'm coming for you next. A firefight in the suburbs. War veteran Asa Pickering got into an argument with a neighbour, Albert Burnham, over the garbage he leaves on the driveway in front of his house. It developed into a serious fight. Mr. Burnham drew his gun and opened fire. He wounded his neighbour in the thigh, but the wounded man managed to run into his house and returned a few minutes later with a gun of his own. The firefight is still ongoing. Stray bullets are flying into the neighbouring houses. One of these wild shots wounded the teenage daughter of Alice Hawthorne, who calls the police. Yeah, let me get SWAT team back. The Sand Mafia sounds like a South Beach rap group.
Looks like we have a situation
Probably is.
here.
At the site indicated by the trucker, there's a trail of fresh dirt and blood leading into the forest. Follow it into the woods. In the clearing is a bloody woman, and above her an angry man who is strangling her. The suspect has a frozen glare. It seems he's not himself. Calm the man down with a gentle lullaby? No. How about we pick up a stick from the ground and throw it at the man? Or better yet, crack him over the head with it. Or shoot him with a taser. Yeah, that's a better idea.
11 complete.
That'll work better. Alright. SWAT. Robbins. Oh, no. No, actually Roy then. Roy. You stepped up first. Good man. Oh, look! We've got more information. We have more pictures now. So, we have a hot wiring. We also have him taking the bag with a knife, but that wasn't part of the statement, so that's probably not right. And that's two cars crashing into each other. A car and a truck, rather. See, I think he just, you know, had that. Maybe he smashed the window and hot-wired? No, but that's a white car. this is still not working right, is it? Nobody heard a horn, so that won't be that. That's the white car, but we know that the one that crashed into the hydrant was a yellow one. So if it's anything to do with the white car, we can ignore. The knife we can ignore because that's not part of the statement. She didn't say she was held up at knife point. It was a snatch and grab, which is that. And off he runs. And to me, that means he had the keys, which allowed him to get off quickly. Hot wiring the car would have taken a while. That to me is exactly what we've had described to us. Maybe Al Capone on a camel. The Sand Mafia. Yeah, that's when he took a vacation to the Sahara. And he opened up like a branch with the Berber tribes that were out there. I'm sure that happened, right? This to me looks like, you know, this is everything that happened. Let's give it another round and let's see if perhaps there's more pictures to come. And the missing person case is the next shift's responsibility. Actually then now, I can put everybody back on this. Let's give him more staff. This is Sellers. He's not doing bad, but he seems to take a while to get the right pictures. It can happen if we write it on Wikipedia. That's it. The truth can be whatever we want on the internet. I've seen Ghost in the Shell. I know all about that whole falsifying information stuff. If you read it on the internet, it's true. Okay. Well, that's the end of another day. Yeah, this carjacking investigation is really weird. Study: women use phone sex more than men. Apparently, though, the farmer uses it a lot, so yeah. Petty shoplifting charges for pop star Elena Morris. That was a case from before. Does anybody remember that? The Elena Morris shoplifting thing where she apparently stuffed something in her bag, then she went around and bought some stuff and then walked out without buying the thing in her bag, like a statue. And she claimed she forgot it was there or something. Or that she was researching a role and now she's going to buy it. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, that reminded me, I said about when Winona Ryder got done for shoplifting. And she tried to explain that she was, you know, like researching a role. Magpie Publishing House offers free print copies of school textbooks. Good for the Magpies. So that's actually pretty cool that that's come back around on a newspaper thing like a month later or whatever. So yeah, she got given charges. Okay, well this guy didn't come in for work. Oh, Walmsey, you drank too much. Yes, I guess you have to go. Our house burned down last night. My elderly father was inside. We need to somehow make sense of this, then start planning the funeral. Ooh. That is actually, that seems like something that nobody would come into work and make that shit up. Just no. That would be something that could be easily proven as like bullshit. So yes, take time. It looks like the janitor hasn't been around to clean the toilets. I don't care. Come into work. Look, Iron's still here. Funny, we moved him onto this shift and then one of the other detectives didn't come into work. The mystery guy, he's killing my detectives. He's a serial killer dressed as a detective, hoping nobody notices him. He's a mockingbird.